why people are leaving Adobe. Why millions are deleting Adobe.
Adobe is the world's leader in creative software. Their software powers everything from Hollywood blockbusters to your favorite YouTube videos. But
And I have Adobe, but I'm in the process of also removing myself from Adobe. I'm learning other programs. I'm trying to find other like editing programs as of right now. But it's like, oh, I got to finish these. This is what I think. Adobe has the hooks on me because it's one big product that I started using since like college, right? And it's been it's like all the programs are in one area, but it's like the freaking subscriptions not working. The Some of the products are like kind of like messing up some of the files here and there. They moved the cloud system out of like from the each of the programs into like the creative cloud, like the actual creative cloud. You have to go there first, get the files, and open it there. It's really weird. Um, the also like them owning or like part owning of your designs that you create with the program, which is another weird thing. We even talk about this in my an early like art topic video, and yeah.
beneath the surface, there's a darker story. The company's practices are so controversial that even the US government has sued Adobe. This is why Adobe is one of the most evil companies on the planet. This video is brought to you by my startup, Silo's 7.39% yielding bond accounts. First,
Adobe
what does Adobe
subscription
do?
hell.
In short, Adobe makes creative software. Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, and about a dozen more iconic staple programs all come from Adobe. Despite their current drama, things used to be very different. Many years back, you could actually buy Photoshop along with all of their other products.
Until
You could pick up a
Photoshop
physical disc
6?
in store, install it, and you were good to go. They were expensive at around $700, but once you bought it, you owned that copy of
Yeah, so it was a very expensive program, but honestly, at the end of the day, it was worth it because you own it. You don't have to worry about if you stop doing subscription, you don't have to worry about the program no longer being there. You know what I mean? You own it, right? So that's why a lot of people like hence they are using quote unquote those old programs to this day by jailbreaking it or whatever and upping a firewall where like what was it? Like it blocks the internet, so it has no internet connection to Adobe or anything like that. It's just the program itself. But they recently stopped it. Like updating it for like ever since they went to the subscription, you can no longer have the option to buy it because even after they add the subscription thing, you had still had an option to buy the full program. Not like that anymore. It's nothing like that no more, and that's fucking sucks.
Photoshop. Also, you could upgrade to the newest version for only $200. People loved Adobe's products. They were the best. The company had an amazing reputation, but all of this was about to change. At some point, Adobe's executives realized something. They could make much more money if they overhauled their business model. Have you noticed how almost every digital product or service is now a subscription? This is called software as a service, meaning you pay regularly to use the software instead of buying it outright, and Adobe was one of the first to adopt it. Someone might spend more at once on buying their Creative Suite for $2,000, but this method has a massive downside. Getting a customer to make such a massive purchase is extremely difficult. But a subscription for the same product at a fraction of that price is much easier to digest. People rarely factor in the distant future and end up paying more than they would have if they just bought the expensive package to start with. Adobe soon completely stopped selling products that you could own.
So I've been paying Adobe for about 2 years or like around 2 years now, I think. And I always call for the special, by the way. You give me 30, it's about 30 to 35 bucks a month. Hate it. Um, so that means let's go with 35 for 24 months. So 35 times 24. Pretty much for those 2 years that I paid, I pretty much would have enough money to buy one program, which is it's gonna be either Illustrator or Photoshop or Premiere. It would have been Illustrator.
You could no longer buy Photoshop. Instead, they began licensing products you could lease. Their revenue began to soar as they added hundreds of millions every quarter. But they also gained something else. With a subscription, you're paying Adobe to use their software. They own the license, which means they have all the power. They can
That's the
change
problem.
anything they want whenever they feel like it, and this is where all the problems started. Adobe soon began sending strange letters to customers using previous versions of their software, stating, "We have recently discontinued certain older versions of Creative Cloud applications, and as a result, under the terms of our agreement, you are no longer licensed to use them. Please be aware that should you continue to use the discontinued versions, you may be at risk of potential claims of infringement by third parties."
Wait,
These
what?
were Creative Cloud subscribers who hadn't updated their software in a while. Adobe never explained the full reasoning behind these threats, but naturally, this upset a lot of people. Yet, this isn't why
my
Adobe is
Adobe
being sued by the US
updated
government.
not too long
The reason
ago
behind
by
that
itself.
is
I didn't
much
I didn't
worse.
update in a
Adobe
while.
offers Creative Cloud through an annual or monthly subscription, and they even offer a 7-day trial. But things aren't
Also, yeah, but you could call them. You could call Adobe and ask for a special of Adobe. And so instead of 53, it will be like $35 or something like that. But you have to call in order to get that special.
aren't as they seem. If you sign up for this trial, it says paid monthly, except it's not a monthly subscription. It's a yearly subscription that's billed monthly. Adobe does offer a monthly subscription at $90 a month, subtly encouraging users to take the cheaper monthly option, but this is a trap. If you sign up and continue past 14 days, you're locked in, and Adobe will do everything in their power to keep you there. How? With their dreaded cancellation fee. Hidden in their fine print, if you want to cancel your subscription, you will need to pay 50% of your remaining subscription upfront, which is oftentimes hundreds of dollars. And Adobe isn't very transparent about this. Users who unsubscribe are surprised to see Adobe charge them hundreds of dollars, seemingly out of nowhere. People have been experiencing Adobe's greed for years. Adobe ripped me off for.
So that means, yeah, because my subscription is about to end. My year's subscription is about to end. Actually, I gotta look at it right now, because yeah, like I said, I'm already like migrating other places now because, like I said, I don't trust Adobe. I don't like their subscription style. Um, so yeah, it's like I just want to get. I kind of just want to get rid of it at this point because is I feel like it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse, and so I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, my year is about to end. Yeah, my year of Adobe is about to end. Let's see. I'm looking right now. No, it's not in this account. Hold up. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the app right now. So this is the stupid app right here. As you can see, there's a lot of apps that needs to be updated, but my freaking Photoshop updated, Illustrator updated. Like I was like, what the fudge? Let's see. What email did I use for this one? Okay, this one. Okay. So where am I with the subscription managed plan? Yeah, it's gonna end on November 17th. Look at this. They already got. They're trying to get me. They're trying to get me for another year again. I can show this part. It's fine. So right now I have subscribe. I've been subscriber since November 17, 2023. Right. Um, which is been a year. And just for you, get 25% of your current plan. Save big on your subscription for the next 12 months with 39 instead of 60. So right now I'm paying $29.99. And so they want me to pay another $10 pretty much. So yeah. So if I cancel, I had to pay pretty much only $30 because I'm canceling right as soon as the plan ends. But yeah, it's like it's ridiculous people have to plan like that, you know. if you go to change plan, what do I? Let's see what is there. Let's see. Because I'm actually gonna call them up and see if I can still get the $30. Yeah, current plan is $30. And then yeah, you know what's crazy? To use one freaking program is $23 a month. So if you're like someone like me who uses multiple programs, Adobe, Illustrator, Photoshop, Premiere, InDesign, and other programs here and there, but like those are like my main ones, I will have to pay way more than just the $50 a month. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, man, it just sucks, man. They're oh man, I don't know, dude. It just sucks so bad, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
For $60 after I signed up for a free trial, proceeded to cancel the trial, and then got charged for the product anyway. Adobe tried to charge me $162 to cancel my Creative Cloud subscription. One user was charged over $300 to cancel their plan, and another even had Adobe attempt to bill them after they paid the cancellation fee. But it gets even worse. Many subscriptions allow you to turn off auto-renew, so your plan will automatically cancel at the end. Adobe doesn't. You can't just disable auto-renewing. The only way to cancel is to cancel the entire plan, which causes the massive cancellation fee. And none of this is new either. Adobe has been doing this for many years, except now it's finally catching up with them. The US Federal Trade Commission has taken action against Adobe, but this isn't just any lawsuit. Usually a limited liability company protects the individuals, but the US government is bypassing that given that this is a special case of greed and malice. They are deliberately going after individual executives, two in particular, the president and vice president of Adobe's digital.
Oh, wait, also guys, in California, I believe there's a law with subscriptions too that helps that with this kind of stuff. Because yeah, let's see, if I want to cancel my plan right now, so like manage plan, cancel plan. So so you'll be charged about an early cancellation fees of $30 because I have a month left. That's it. I have a month left, so they're gonna change it pretty much. Yeah. So that's how it works. So I won't get look. I'll show you guys the fee right now. I'll show you guys the fee right now. Cancellation of plan means you'll be charged an early cancel fee of $30 because I did the whole year already. It's crazy, and then it sucks that people that don't read that, even I didn't know about it. I just used it, so I'm lucky. But even I didn't know about that. So if I wanted to cancel 6 months ago, I would have they would have charged me 6 times that, which is $180. So why would anybody cancel and just might as well just use it? You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, it just sucks so bad, man. And yeah, so I had to make a decision. I have to make a decision is pretty much, do I want to do this for another year? Yeah, do I want to do this? Because I have to commit for a year. Do I want to commit to Adobe for a whole year? That's the question. It's just crazy. So bad, man. It's so bad, dude. It's like
media business. They argued that Adobe fails to adequately disclose to consumers that by signing up for the annual paid monthly subscription plan, they're agreeing to a year-long commitment and a hefty early termination fee that can amount to hundreds of dollars. Adobe clearly discloses the termination fee only when subscribers attempt to cancel, turning the termination fee into a powerful retention tool that generates significant revenues by trapping consumers into subscriptions they no longer want. Adobe naturally disagrees with the decision. They stated that cancellation fees make up less than 1% of their revenue, though that raises even more questions. Namely, why are they so insistent on using something which has given them so much backlash, which amounts to less than 1% of their revenue? If it's truly less than 1% and it's given them so many issues, why not just remove it?
It's keeping
Simple.
the people
The process to unsubscribe
yeah.
is horrible. With all kinds of obstacles and the massive cancellation fee, people often stay subscribed even if they don't want to. Long term, this gives Adobe more money and allows them to boast about their low cancellation rates to shareholders. That's why the FTC is suing Adobe. Customers couldn't be happier, as it seems like justice is finally being served.
Woo!
Even with this lawsuit, there's actually an entirely different scandal surrounding Adobe at the exact same time.
Yep.
Believe it or not, they're in hot water for something much worse. In the past several years, big tech has jumped headfirst into the AI boom, and Adobe is no different. They've been integrating AI images into their own stock portfolio, but most importantly, training their own generative AI, Firefly, one very similar to Midjourney or DALL-E, but also integrates into Photoshop and other programs.
Is learning from the art that people create.
AIs need data for machine learning, lots of it. So Adobe weaseled in hidden terms into the Creative Cloud with horrible implications. Adobe had very subtly changed their terms that granted them full access to users' local content. And most bafflingly of all, they included that they had a non-exclusive, worldwide, royalty-free, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, publicly display, and much more. Adobe basically decided that taking your money wasn't good enough. They wanted to own your assets, your creations, everything. Adobe could view your local files and do what they wished, but users caught on very quickly.
Our access to your content. We may access, view, or listen to
That's
your content.
That's why a lot of people are leaving
automated and manual
Adobe,
methods. And then down here it
agree with
says
them.
our automated systems may analyze your content in Creative Cloud customer fonts, which are defined over there, using techniques such as machine learning in order to improve our services and software
That's the
and the
video we
user
talked
experience.
about in my
Not only was
art
this
topic.
unethical training for their AI, but it also came with all kinds of implications. This is especially concerning for users and companies who use NDAs to protect their work, like those working on films or commercial space. Adobe was trying to override everything, and the backlash was huge. A worldwide boycott of Adobe began, with many major news outlets weighing in on the story. Some artists began uploading nightshade art to Creative Cloud, a way of intentionally misleading and poisoning machine learning. Adobe insisted that Firefly was ethically trained, but the evidence was clear. And following the enormous backlash, Adobe quickly changed their terms.
They took it out,
outlined in their new terms, we don't scan or review content that is stored locally on your device. We also don't train generative AI models on your or your customer's content unless you've submitted the content to the Adobe stock marketplace. A good change, but they've only done so because they were caught doing just that. But they're not out of the clear just yet. You might have caught the last part of that statement about the Adobe stock marketplace. This was once a prestigious resource for artists and professionals,
place now,
but
man.
it is now flooded with AI with its own consequences. Brian Kessinger, a lead artist at Disney, found AI copies of his work in the marketplace with his name falsely attached to it. While this has increased the breadth of Adobe stock, or catalog of stock photos, it's hard to say that this is a good thing. Browsing it today shows an absurd amount of low-quality
It's really
AI
bad,
artwork,
man.
many of which have incorrect spelling or weird, unnatural details.
Now, if it wasn't bad enough that what's supposed to be a database full of real professional photographs has been completely diluted with unusable garbage, if I did want to license any of these photos, it would cost me $80. $80 for a photo
generative
someone
AI.
generated by typing police car.
Adobe is hurting their own reputation, as well as their own catalog.
Honestly, if Adobe disappears
All of this
tomorrow,
has placed Adobe in a very bad light.
This is why I'm already thinking about switching, because like if Adobe disappears tomorrow, how screwed am I? I'm really screwed, by the way. Because every program, every artwork that I created was in Photoshop Illustrator. Now, does that mean that I will officially like what do you call it? it'll be over? No, because the way that I say the files is that it could be open on any program, any version of Adobe and Illustrator. So that means like if I ever want to use them, I could go to my old computer and use the old like because I own Illustrator and Photoshop, by the way, the old versions, by the way, which is like honestly not that much big of a difference. I still own those, and I could open it on that program, and I can just transfer to this PC if I want to. So it won't be over; it'll be annoying, and then I would just use other programs from there. At that point,
which is their own fault. They're greedy, malicious, and their business model is predatory. The people who hate them the most right now are their own customers.
Yep.
All of this exposes a bigger problem that creatives
they're
are seriously
hurting the market.
considering. For
Yeah.
the past decade, the creative industry has been ruled by Adobe. They got so successful because they made great products, but over time, they slowly also became a monopoly. In a healthy market with a lot of competition, if a company provides bad services, customers can simply switch to a competitor. So the whole market faces pressure to provide the best service or a unique experience. But for many years now, Adobe has ruled their industry, and as time has gone on, they've made things worse for the consumer. But things might be changing. For
Yeah.
years, people have been advocating others to switch from Adobe, looking for alternatives to this evil monolith.
There's a
Their
lot more
products
now.
have become notably unstable. Their service has become more predatory.
I've been getting that a
And
lot
now,
lately,
with the
dude.
changes to their terms brought to light, everyone has the best reason to leave Adobe behind. We're finally starting to see progress in the market. DaVinci Resolve has become more and more popular as a video editor, especially for blockbuster films, and as has Affinity as a Photoshop alternative. The market seems to be slowly but surely correcting itself, and hopefully this forces Adobe to rethink their ethics.
Well, they have
But
to because they're
we'll
losing a
have
lot of
to
customers
wait
right now.
and see. If you're interested in deeper dives, interviews with insiders, and exclusive tech analysis, you can sign up to our free weekly newsletter. Link is below. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, so that's what it's good that a lot of these competitors are making their own programs or getting more popular to this day. Because it will force Adobe, hey, we gotta lower our prices. We gotta start like these predatory terms, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just all copium. I faced this conservation, called my bank, replaced the credit card, changed email on my Adobe. Good luck collecting that fee now. Also started to sell the black flag for their product. Pretty much. I mean, you could do that, yeah. Forgetting rethinking their ethics. If buying isn't owning, then piracy, and then piracy isn't stealing. But the AI is scrapping is definitely why some people are putting firewalls to block around data. Yeah. So luckily with these programs, you can put like a firewall where it will block away the internet, and you have to like worry about other data starting to come in. Even if you are on the internet with the rest of your PC, you can block the specific program to not have no internet access. Pretty much. The biggest criminals in the world are those who can make their crimes legal. Yep. Imagine going to Olive Garden and they're shredding cheese for you, and then suddenly they'd be like, $5 more, 10 more, 15. You beg them to stop, to have mercy. They tell you no because there's a $20 fee to stop receiving cheese. Like, like yeah. So yeah, like right now, I have to make a decision within this month. Do I want, because I'm gonna pay for the $30, right? After that, I could cancel for free. It should be that way. Imagine resets. No, it shouldn't reset, bro. If it resets, imagine I pay the last $30 for like the month, right? And then it just resets on my ass. I'll be like, bro, no mames. But yeah, this is what. Yeah, I'm happy that they are getting sued and they're getting blasted, and hopefully things get better. But yeah, I gotta change programs, man. I really do. Even though I use it every day, I still gotta change because I am not dealing with that shit.